In this video, I'm not going to share with you guys anything you don't already know. If you've been involved in the hobby anytime at all, you know that the money, if you're here to make profits, the profits can always 100% of the time be found in value boxes without question. So what I want to do is I want to share with you a recent experience that's going to pay me at least 75% return on my initial investment, as you guys will see. And I hadn't really planned on doing this video, but I'm ending up my day trying to get some rest. I need to wrap it up. And yesterday I dropped this video, and it was really designed as a review of a card shop, an awesome card shop in Woodstock, Georgia. And at the end of it, I guess I made a mistake. I went through and I showed 3 cards that I got from my personal collection, and I shared, at this particular shop, I was able to pick up 217 cards for $20. And I tell how that whole story came about in that video. If you want to check it out, it's this one right here. And then I also went on and shared, I just had processed a few of the cards, and I pulled out $21 in cards for our Prices Mark box and 18 cards for our dollar box. And I kind of left it at that because the purpose of that video was really to give a review of the particular card shop. It wasn't to get into the normal details that I usually get in my videos on this channel. And this morning, I got up and I had 2 emails from people that are part of our Guaranteed Sports Card Profits beta program. And they said, well, Dale, what did you do with the rest of the cards? Didn't you list any on eBay? And I created a lot of questions from people that watch this content regularly. Since that time, I've had several other emails throughout the day. So I wanted to do this one video, and I can send it out to all you guys and answer your questions, because it was the same question. What'd you do with all the other cards? You got 217 cards and you only showed us what you did with a few of them. What are you doing with the rest of them? So the orders, I haven't processed everything yet. Still haven't. But the rest of the cards, I'll still have several more that we will add to our dollar box for shows, as well as our Prices Marked box for shows. And then I will list many on eBay. I've listed a few on eBay, so I'm going to share that with you so you can kind of get an idea of what we're talking about here. And these are all from that, again, the shop over in Woodstock. So I am listing several on eBay, and I'll share those with you. And again, I still have over 100 cards I haven't even processed yet. But these are some of the cards I was able to pull. And again, I was prepared to buy these for 3 for $1. And I end up, if you saw the original video, I got them for 10 cents a card. So the returns will be astronomical when it's all said and done. And again, to me, 75% return on your money is 75% return on your money. But this is a cool Roger Clemens card. It's kind of like a Sports Flicks, but it's from a company called Deal in 1995. Really cool card. And there's a lot of people that collect Sports Flicks. And when I can find Sports Flicks cards, good ones, Dodgers, Yankees, Braves, some of the top teams, I always pull them. So also was able to pull this Red Sox Sports Flicks, Jim Rice, also this Darryl Strawberry, and Los Angeles Dodgers team preview, which are really cool cards. It's got 4 players here. There's Oral Hershiser. And then you go with the GOATs, there's Dan Marino collectors, Miami Dolphin collectors. This is from the reprints that they did in 2001 of Roger Staubach's rookie card. Really cool here. A couple of Buster Posey cards. This is also a reprint. Chicago Cubs. A lot of Cubs fans love Ron Santo. $2.95. That's a good price on that card. And what I do with these cards is I go in and I try to make myself the lowest price card on eBay for these particular cards. because obviously there's not any shortage of these, or at least most of them. So, they're selling Buster Posies for about $1 a piece. So I just went in and I had two, and I did a lot of two for $1.59. Again, I've got 20 cents in these two cards. Phil Simms played at Moorhead, Kentucky. My brother-in-law actually caught his passes. My brother-in-law set every receiving record there was at Moorhead University, but he had Phil Simms throwing to him. So, Julio, very popular here in the Atlanta area, played for the Falcons from the SEC. I think he played with South Carolina. I got several of this particular card. I only listed, I think, one on eBay. The rest I'll put in show boxes because he is very popular here. Frank Thomas. This is a really nice looking card of Vita Blue. A lot of Vita Blue fans out there. We sell a ton of Vita Blue cards. Barry Larkin, one of the best shortstops in baseball history, in my opinion. Hall of Famer. It's a cool card. The hat feels like a hat. It's kind of felty. It's really cool. From Flair back in 2002. Then we've got Charles Johnson here, Jim Thome, very popular Indians player, one of the most popular. A lot of collectors out there for him. This is a clear card in the back. It's clear, you can see through it. Really cool card. If I'm an Indians collector, Jim Thome collector, got to have that in my collection. Pedro Boz, one of the most iconic players in Oklahoma history, went on and played with the Seahawks, and of course Barry, the world famous San Diego Chicken. I want to show you something I do on these real quick. I hope I don't lose my spot. I'll come back to the chicken if I remember. This was a cool card. It's JT Snow, his minor league card from 1988, the Cape Cod League. There's only a couple more of these on eBay, and the cheapest was $10. So again, when I buy right, I can sell cheap, and that, give a good value to the end user, which is what we always try to do. This is Boone. Played for the Reds when he came up as a rookie, but of course is the manager of the Yankees now. So Yankees fans. And when I listed this under my Red section and also under the Yankees section, because this will probably be bought by a Yankees fan, probably, is who will probably end up sending this to New York or somewhere. This is the original, some of the early embossed cards. Ole Miss, Eli Manning, 2-card set here. Any Don Manley card's a good card, and almost the same can be said about Doc Gooden. This is a piece of history that people want, not just Rickey Henderson fans, but a cool card. This is a card I talked about in the original video. I got one of these for my personal collection. I talk about why in the original video I did on the Woodstock BT Collectibles. Barry Bonds. I'm going to buy Barry Bonds every time I get a chance. Amen Thompson, Roethlisberger, Dominguez, Joey Gallo, and that was it. That's all that I've listed so far from this particular purchase that we picked up. Again, as I mentioned, I still have 100 cards plus to list. So hopefully that'll answer everybody's questions. We'll get that wrapped up. Yeah, I still have, here's the stack that I still have to process right here. So you can see how many cards I still have to process. Again, 10 cents a card. The profits on this when it's all said and done. Again, if you have patience, And, I don't have to sell these cards next week, next month. Some of them will sell, but over time they all move out. That's one thing I have proven to myself. I don't worry about it because somebody is going to be uh, uh, on our website, our eBay store. They're going to be buying Miami Dolphin cards. They're going to see this Dan Marino and they're going to add it to their purchase, to their purchase, whatever they're buying. This is a cool die cut card, and again, I don't buy everything. There's reasons behind what we buy. I was going to talk to you about the chicken. And one thing that I have been doing lately, and I think it's helped. I mean, this is probably the most iconic mascot in baseball history, the San Diego Chicken. And if we look on this, like most the average cost on this card was $3.15 or something is what it was selling for. So if we click on that and we go, and this is the thing I do with some players, and I did it with the chicken as well. When I list it, I take some time and I give the history of the chicken here about how that whole, he was originally a mascot for a radio station and so on and so forth. But I give the history of the card. And, then I always add, because I believe this, I have one in my personal collection because it's a great piece of sports history and an awesome addition to any collection. And those are kind of the cards I look for, something unique and different that has history attached to it, and then share the history with the potential buyer in the listing. So that's what I try to do, and that was just a tip I wanted to make sure that I passed along to you. Why I still got you, I'll show you one other example here. If I go to our store here and under categories, I go to baseball cards and I go to New York Yankees. I hope I'm telling the truth here. I believe I am. If I didn't do this, I certainly meant to, and this is what I usually try to do. If there's an iconic player like Andre Dawson, he played for the Cubs, but he started his career with the Expos. Well, let's say I have Andre Dawson's in a Cub uniform. I'm going to list him under Cubs, but I'll also list him under Expos because a lot of Expos fans remember Andre and want every Andre card they can get their hands on because they're Andre collectors. Okay, let's see what we have here. New York Yankees. See, I picked up all these I just showed you. These are several. Well, maybe I didn't put the Aaron Boone in there. I meant to. Just check. Nope, he's not there. Well, I'll fix that before I call it a night. But anyway, guys, we'll wrap it up. Wanted to get that answered for you. Again, a lot of you were asking me about all the other cards. Dale, what are you doing with them? I'm doing what I always do with them. When I process cards from dollar boxes, value boxes, quarter boxes, every now and then we find one that's worth sending for grading. Very rarely. But a lot of these value boxes have cards that have already been sleeved. And some people take the card right from the pack, put it in the sleeve, and put it in their value box. And sometimes those type of cards can be graded. We'll find some from time to time. There weren't any in this particular batch. They weren't sleeved, but I found some really good cards in excellent condition. They weren't abused or anything. But for the most part, I'm just looking for goats and looking for people that team collectors and individual player collectors will want to have. So I hope that helped you. I hope that answered the questions I've been getting today. And I got a great video dropping in the next couple of days on goats. Be looking for it, and I'll talk to you on that one. Thanks, you guys.